All right, so I wanted to take a minute and talk about a few websites. This shouldn't take very long, but there are some very useful websites that you can go to. I'm actually going to say my favorite one for last because there again you can do a lot with it, especially if you have access to overhead projectors. I can actually broadcast from my computer and walk around and do stuff with the students. And like I said, I'll show you that in a second. The first website that I wanted to talk about was PHET, P-H-E-T. It actually has a lot of different demonstrations, things that the students can do on their own, and it's not just astronomy. It's every science. And the only hiccup is that sometimes I know that with our computers, we have Chromebooks. There are certain ones that will not run because our student computers are not allowed to have certain programs. But that might not be the case for you. So go in, try them out. It's PHET, P-H-E-T. There are three specifically that I wanted to show you. One was, one which is just for fun is called the Lunar Lander. A lot of times I have students do this and they're like, but why are we doing this? Because it's basically a video game. And what you're trying to do is you are trying to, I have to install, come on. What you're trying to do is you are, see it's blocked already. But anyway, what you're supposed to do is you are supposed to go and you pilot a lander to land on the moon. And you can, it gives the students, even though they think that they're just playing a video game, what they're really learning is how motion really is in space. Because a lot of times, and we get into a discussion about this, you know, because I'm a big science fiction geek. I love Star Wars, Star Trek, you name it. I watch them all. My new favorite show, of course, is The Expanse, and that's because the science is almost spot on for the most part. A lot of students, they're not going to watch that, so you know their science for flying around in space is more or less a dogfight, you know, between two planes from World War II or something like that. And none of that is true out of space. It would be completely different. This demonstration or actually gives them an opportunity to. This is really how space flight's going to be. This is really how it is when you move around in space. So if you can get onto it, I would highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun. Also on PHET, there are two others. There's one called Gravity and Orbits. You can play along with that. And there's also one called My Solar System. Students can get in and play and change things around, make the sun bigger, smaller, that kind of thing. There's also a good video, and I've included all this in your paperwork and whatnot. There's a video called Gravity Visualized, and you need to sit down, if you haven't found this video, you need to sit down and watch it, because I have promised myself that I'm going to build one of the things that's in the video, or the device that's in the video. And you've probably seen at the mall, you've got these funnels that people will roll pennies into, and it just kind of goes down like that. And but the one in this video, the man's created it, and it's probably 6 to 8 feet in diameter, circle, and it's got lycra on top, so it's flexible. And what he does is he puts weights in the middle, and he can show how gravity bends the fabric of space. So I would definitely watch that. It's a great video. Like I said, I've included it on here so you can go to it and watch it. You have your students watch it. Like I said, it's really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my favorite one. It's called Solar System Scope. I actually have it up behind me, and if I can get this to work, there we go. So what I've got, and I'm actually going to move to the side so you can watch. So what you've got here is you've got the solar system at your fingertips, and from what some of my colleagues are telling me right now is some of the coolest music out there. All right, so anyway, what it does is this is going to show you our solar system. and a little more than that. But what I do is when I go onto it, you can manipulate what the students are looking at. So I'm going to go all the way out, and this is actually our galaxy. Okay, so this is the Milky Way, or a representation of it, because no one has a selfie stick that long. So when you start from the outside, you can go through and you can kind of look at some of the other stars and whatnot. And like I said, you can use this, or like I've said before, you can use this in so many ways. Okay, if you want to just give them the website and have them go to it and do research on different things, that's fine. If you want to just show it to them in class, I use this several times when we're doing astronomy, because it gives them an opportunity to do it on their own, and they typically like to. All right, so I'm actually going to pause that, and we're going to go in. That's not what we work with. Love technology. There we go. All right, so we're going to go in and actually, like I said, there's tons of stuff you can look at this on, but I'm going to get into our solar system. Okay, and this is typically where it will start. So you can kind of see the sun and Mars and Earth and all the local planets. But what's really cool about this is that you can not only look at it from this angle, but you can turn and look at it from different angles. Okay. If you want students to, like I said, if you want students to get on this website and maybe do a research, well, then they can click on the planet. It's actually over here on the side. Okay. And it'll actually, you can go to it and you can visit it. It takes a little while to get there, this is space. Right? So there it is. And there is actually an encyclopedia that goes with it. They can manipulate it so they can see the dark side of Ceres or any of the other planets. They can click on the encyclopedia. They can find out information on it. But it's very, very useful. Let's go. There we go. And I cannot say enough good things about this website. So anyway, it's up to you. Do what you want with it, and good luck.